Hello, everyone. Bill Murphy here from the Sports Insanity Network, and welcome to another exciting edition of Murphy's View. Well, tonight's game that we will be talking about, the Saturday game for Christmas Eve, which is the Washington Commanders and the San Francisco 49ers. Why did I say that in a British accent? I have no idea. Let's look at last week's games for both of these teams. The San Francisco 49ers coming off a win and winning the NFC West crown by a score of 21-13 against the Seattle Seahawks. Brock Purdy threw 17 completions out of 26 attempts, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns, and was sacked once. And also you have a running game from Christian McCaffrey, 26 carries, 108 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jordan Mason, 4 carries, 64 yards, no touchdowns. And then you have George Kittle with 4 receptions, 93 yards, 23.3 average, and 2 touchdowns. And yeah, so the San Francisco 49ers have won the NFC West. They, as of this moment, are not really playing for anything because they're already in the playoffs, but there is a chance that the 49ers can get the number 2 seed. That they can get the number 2 seed, but that is going to see how Minnesota is doing, because coming up these next 3 games, the 49ers have Washington tonight. Next week they have Vegas, and then they have the Arizona Cardinals. So they could possibly win out. And then with the Vikings, they have the Giants on Saturday. Then they have the Packers the next week, and then the Bears the following week. So I'm saying there is a slight chance that the Niners can get the number 2 seed, but I wouldn't bank on it. I think Minnesota is going to get that number 2 seed no matter what. I think they're getting that number 2 seed. So, yeah, but what can I say about San Francisco? They have one of the best defenses in the league. They have one of the best running backs with Christian McCaffrey. And Brock Purdy is really ever since Jimmy Garoppolo was deemed out for the season after his injury, Brock Purdy has really been stepping up. He is Mr. Irrelevant no longer. He's now very relevant. Well done, Brock. I think that deserves an applause. Well done. Well done. So the injury report right now for the 49ers. The injury report for the 49ers as of right now is going to be the Niners are going to be Jimmy Garoppolo is out for the season with his foot. Deebo Samuel is out with an ankle and knee injury, and Kevin Grimes out with knee. Questionable as of now. They are questionable. Jordan Mason is out with a hamstring injury. Charvarius Ward is out with a concussion. Tavarius Moore is out with illness and a knee. Defensive lineman Kerry Hyder is out with an ankle. And cornerback Ambry Thomas is out with an ankle injury. Okay, now we are flipping to the side of the ball for the Washington Commanders, who just came off a loss last week from my beloved New York Giants, losing 20-12. Taylor Heineke threw 17 completions out of 29 attempts, 249 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 sacks. And Jahan Dotson got 4 receptions, 105 yards, 6.3 average, and 1 touchdown. Okay, for the Washington Commanders, their situation is looking a little more bleak. And what I mean by that is that the Commanders, as of this moment, they just lost to the Giants. They just lost to the Giants. As of this moment, 35. They have about a 35% chance of going to the playoffs right now. And as of this moment, they are playing San Francisco on Saturday. Then next week, they're playing the Cleveland Browns, and then they're closing out their season against the Dallas Cowboys. So as of this moment, if they lose tonight, their chances go down to 22%. If they say win on next weekend, their chances go up 41%. And if they lose Dallas, they're down to 19%. They win Saturday, win next week, and win the following week, they are going to the postseason. So in an ideal situation, they have to win 2 out of the next 3 games. They have to win 2 out of the next 3 games if they're going to make it to the playoffs, and that's being realistic. Or a Giants win could lower their chances as well. So Washington did play a decent game in the first half, but they did show some fight in the second half. Jahan Dotson, I think, was their big weapon on Sunday, was Jahan Dotson. And also Terry McLaurin, who ran 70 yards and as a reception. I think that both of those wide receivers are going to be, or should really be, the main target for Taylor Heineke right now. Now, going into the injury report, the Commanders have Sadiq Charles out with a concussion, and safety Cameron Curl and Benjamin St-Juste right now, as of this moment, are questionable. But the Commanders have Chase Young back. Chase Young, who is making his 2022 debut, and he will be activated for Saturday's game. This is his first game. This is his first game since he suffered a torn ACL in November of 2021. And I think this is going to be a big help to the San Francisco defense. He was the number 2 pick in the 2020 draft, and he totaled 7.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and forced 4 fumbles, and won Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I think he's going to be I think this is going to be a welcome sign to the Washington Commanders tonight, or to Saturday. I think it's going to be a very I think this I think this could be a big help. And now the X factors for San Francisco. I think the big X factor is going to be Christian McCaffrey, because since Jordan Mason's out, McCaffrey's really going to have to. Well, he's questionable. Since Mason's questionable, McCaffrey's really going to have to cover that running back position. I think he's going to be. I think it's going to be absolutely. I think he's really going to be a force to be reckoned with. For the X factor for the Commanders, I think the two X factors are going to be, one, their offensive line is going to have to step it up. San Francisco's defense is literally the top in the league. So I think their offensive line has to protect Taylor Heinicke tonight. And also their X factors, I mentioned this already, are going to be Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin. I think Heinicke has to hit them as much as possible because he's really only the two big weapons he has. So I think that's what the X factor for Washington's going to be tonight. My final score, I think it's going to be San Francisco 27, Washington 10. Thanks, guys. If you like what you see here, and why wouldn't you, because this content's amazing, go to www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com. Check out all our blogs, vlogs, podcasts, everything in between. Also, check out our Facebook page at The Sports Insanity Network. Check us out on Twitter at Sports Insane, at S Insanity Real. And also check us out on Facebook. And don't forget to check us out here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Stay safe, take care, and happy holidays.